So hello, ang topic na nato karon is introduction of cloud physics, growth and distribution. So cloud physics is study of clouds. So what is cloud? A cloud is made of water drops or ice crystals floating in the sky. Clouds are important part of Earth's weather. There are many kinds of clouds. No? So importante ang clouds sa to ang weather kay Earth's weather kay sila ang naga protect sa to sa heat, intense heat coming from sun, and sila po ang naga-provide sang rain, which is need kay nato sa ato ang water resources sa ato ang pag-farming. So how clouds are formed? Although clouds might look like they are made of gas, they are actually a large mass of tiny drops of water or ice crystals. The cloud formation process usually begins when the heat from the sun warms the ground, and this causes the air at the ground level to rise and the water vapor within it to cool. So when cooled, the water vapor collides with and stick to tiny particles floating in the air, which is bit of dust and salt. No, so ang process tayo is sa pagbuo sa clouds is one is sunlight. Ariya, sa picture, tanaw niya. One is sunlight warms the surface. No, so ginawarm niya ang ground na to. And two, warm moist air builds up, becomes less dense. No? So three, rising air organized into thermals. So habang gaangat ang atong air na may water vapor, so nagababa pod ang iyahang temperature. So rising air cools condense to form clouds, no? So dira na sila mag-form sang clouds. So ang mga water vapor kato nga nasa air is mag-stick to sila sa dust nga naa sa sky na to or salt. So mao na to ang pagbuo sang clouds. So what are some types of clouds? So clouds get their names into two ways. One way is by they are found in the sky. Some clouds are high up in the sky. Low clouds form closer to Earth's surface, no? So in fact, low clouds can detach the ground. These clouds are called fog. Middle clouds are found between low and high clouds. No, so ang fog di ay is siya, clouds, no? So bihira lang man ta magka-fog, di ba? Kung morning lang or sa uban, pwede sa uban na mga permanente lang ay kuan ng sige-sige lang fog. So sa ato is bihira lang kay medyo init man sa ato. So another way of clouds are named is by their shape, no? Cirrus clouds are high clouds. They look like feathers. Cumulus clouds are middle clouds. These clouds look like a giant cotton balls in the sky. So stratus clouds are low clouds. They are cover the sky like bed sheets. No, so mo din siya ang cirrus clouds no sa picture. So mo ni siya ang cumulus clouds. No, mura siya cotton na ang bottom surface niya is dark pero sa taas niya is puti daw kayo kay tungod sa sunlight. So mo ni siya ang stratus clouds. No, mura siya og cumulus pero kini siya murag kuan na siya. Nagasugpon-sugpon, no? Do naga-wave. So what causes rain, no? So unsa ba daw ang pag-cause sa rain? So most of the water in the clouds is in very small droplets, no? So mga small droplets of water day ang nasa clouds. So the droplets are so light so they float in the air. Sometimes those droplets join with other droplets, then they turn into droplets, larger drops. When uh, when that happens, gravity causes them to fall to Earth. We call it falling water drops or rain. When the air is cooler, the water may form snowflakes instead freezing rain, sleet, or even hail can fall from clouds, no? So nagakos ang clouds day is consist na siya og million of droplets, no? Na gaanday siya kayo mo na siya ang clouds kay naga float Japan. So ang mga droplets dito, so kung mag-collide na sila, halimbawa ang droplet 1 o droplet 2, ang collide na sila, which is causes, no, nang magbugat sila o mag-drop sa earth surface, no? So mao na siya ang cause sa rain. So snow, freezing rain o sleet mo, so mao na sila nagakos pala ang droplets, ang clouds, ang snow, freezing rain o sleet. So depende na siya sa temperature. So sa ato sa Pilipinas is tropical country lang man ta, so rain lang jud. So na ko'y YouTube ay video nga gi provide, no, para mas masadtan jud ang topic kung paano ang cloud nabuo.
Have you ever wondered how clouds form and why there are different types of clouds? Find out here in the science of clouds. Clouds appear to be solid objects floating in the sky, but in fact are a large collection of very tiny droplets of water or ice crystals. The droplets are small and light enough that they can float in the air. You can actually fit 100 million droplets into each cubic meter of air in a cloud. The most common method of a cloud forming starts with the sun. When the sun heats water from oceans, rivers, lakes, and other sources like soils and plants, some of it turns from liquid water into invisible gas called water vapor. This process is called evaporation. As gas is lighter than liquids, this causes the water vapor to rise up away from the surface. The further you move away from the surface, the cooler the temperature gets. So water vapour gas turns back into tiny particles of liquid water. This process is called condensation, which is the opposite process of evaporation. Now back to liquid. The water starts sticking to microscopic dust and salt particles that are light enough to be floating around in the atmosphere. This creates water droplets, and these water droplets hit each other to create bigger droplets and eventually form a cloud. The droplets created are very light and would fall very slowly towards the earth. They don't actually drop at this point though, as they are so light warm air that is moving up from the earth is moving at a faster speed than the droplets can fall and pushing them up. This means the clouds gather more droplets as they ride air currents, getting denser and denser as they collide more and more until they are heavy enough to fall faster than the air can carry them up, which causes it to rain. Rain falling from clouds is known as precipitation, also the same for snow, hail, sleet, or any other type of water that falls from the sky. This process is then repeated and is called the water cycle. There are many types of clouds. Here are some of the most common. Cumulus, probably the most recognisable cloud, meaning heap or pile in Latin. They appear like puffy cotton balls with a flat bottom that you would normally see floating by on a nice day. Stratus. Stratus means layer in Latin. They are a low, featureless, hazy cloud that blankets the sky that you would see on a grey, overcast day. When stratus is on the ground, it is known as fog. Stratocumulus, another low-level cloud, ranging in colour from white to dark grey. They often appear in lines that cover large patches of the sky, with the odd break. Nimbostratus. These are low to middle stage clouds that are grey in colour and thick enough to block out the sun, often accompanied by continuous heavy rain or snow, and they cover the majority of the sky. Altostratus. Altostratus clouds are grey or blue-grey, mid-level clouds made up of ice and water. The sun can usually be seen dimly through these clouds. Altocumulus. Mid-height, white to grey, small clumps of clouds. The colour differentiates them from cirrocumulus clouds, which are smaller versions of altocumulus. This is situated between 20 to 40,000 feet and are just plain white. Cirrus. A high-altitude, wispy cloud looking like silky patches in the sky that are made of ice crystals. These clouds generally appear in fair weather. Cumulonimbus. Cumulonimbus is a dense cloud that has grown vertically. High winds often flatten the top of the cloud, so it resembles an anvil-like shape. The base will look very dark and ominous. These clouds are known as thunderstorm clouds, as they often bring bad to severe weather and carry lightning.
So, mao lang taon asang report na. So, thank you and God bless.